Hey friends, Amy Walker from the CEO Spot, and today we are talking about how to get more profits in your business. It's one thing to increase sales, but if you're increasing sales and the profits aren't going up, it's not that cool. So if you want to get more profits from your small business, this is going to be a great resource for you. My number one tip for getting more profits in your business is to read the book Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. It is a phenomenal system and a phenomenal program to help you get your business on a budget that's going to increase profits. I had a year where I had blown my sales out of the water. It was a phenomenal year. And I remember the meeting with the accountant at the end of it where he's showing me how much profit we had. And I'm asking him the question, well, where is that money? And he's like, it's your profit. And I said, I know, but where is it? Like, I didn't put that into my bank account. It's not sitting in an account anywhere. I do not understand what's going on here. And truthfully, if I'm thinking back, I'm still a little bit confused on what was going on there. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to know what you can afford for your business. I want you to know what expenses make sense. I want you to know how much profit you have, and I want you to know where it is. So that is my very first suggestion, is Mike Michalowicz. You can go to motorbikemike.com and you can find out all about Profit First. It's a great program for small business owners. Okay, my second piece of advice is you've got to start tracking your sales numbers. I want you to know how many units you're selling of each of your products, what the cost of fulfillment is, what the production cost is. You've got to start tracking your numbers, because my third tip for you is to focus on selling the things that make the most profit. But if you aren't tracking your numbers, you don't even know what those are yet. So start tracking. This is a great thing to talk about with your accountant and help them start figuring out what numbers you should be tracking and how to find that. But if you just need like some generals to start with, start tracking your sales per product per month. Start tracking your client acquisition cost, and start tracking your cost of fulfillment or production. And then that will give you the beginning of starting to look at those numbers and seeing where you're making the most money. I have a client who thought for years that if they did corporate construction, that they work on kitchen remodels. So they thought if we do corporate construction, they want us to discount things so much and we just don't end up really making that much money. But when they actually ran the numbers, because of the volume of those corporate jobs, they actually do make quite a bit of money, and it ended up being really good business for them to pursue. So that all starts with tracking the numbers. The next step after you've tracked the numbers is going to be to figure out what makes the most profit. So not what sells the most, but what makes the most profit. So I had a program years ago that I had started. It was called the Balancing Act, and it was for moms who were trying to grow into entrepreneurs and helping them balance business and family. And I priced it emotionally. I totally priced it based on thinking, well, they're moms, they're not really fully in business yet, I'm going to charge this amount. The problem with it was that I hadn't adjusted my sales system to reflect the difference in price points. So I had at that time a position on my team called an appointment setter. That was the person who would call through all the leads and would schedule sales consultations with anyone who was interested in talking to us. I paid my setter the same amount, whether it led to that sale, which was $249, or whether it led to our core product, which at the time was $2,500, or if it led to what was at the high end at the time, which was $10,000. So I actually found that even though I was selling a volume of it because it was a great product, I was getting killed by my sales system. We were actually losing about $5 every time we sold it. Now, that is a rookie mistake. It shouldn't happen because if you're tracking the numbers, you catch those things really early. And then we know how to price things. We know what makes the highest level of profit. And we know that, hey, if I want this to make profit, I've got to adjust other pieces of how I deliver it or how I sell it or how I get the leads for it in order to make it make sense. But in general, if you will just simply go out and sell more of the things that are the most profitable, you're gonna have more profits in your business. Imagine that. All right, my fourth step for increasing profits is to plug your money links. So I'm gonna refer you back to the video that I did on cutting costs to dig into that more. But if you've got any leaks in your money, any places where you're overspending, that's all cutting out of profits. So we wanna make sure we get rid of those. My last tip, this one's pretty important. I'm looking at you. Get your financial team in place. Get your bookkeeper in place. Get your accountant in place. Get people who can advise you on how well you're doing with keeping the business profitable. Because we've all seen businesses that go under and we're like, how did they go under? It seemed like they were doing so well. Well, they were not profitable. It does not mean that they didn't have sales. It means they didn't have the profits to support and sustain continued growth. So these are my steps for you. I want you to have a lot of profits in your business because I don't want you to work hard and not have anything to show for it. So let me know what was your favorite tip. Go ahead and like us, leave a comment. Share with any of your friends. If you haven't already, join us in our private Facebook community, the CEO Spot. And if you need some help with time management, with marketing, or with any resources for your business, go ahead and click in the description. And we've got some great resources for you there. Thanks so much, everybody.